Craig Ballantyne back here with your professional 90-day blueprint. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to help you goal set and build in place a plan for you to have the ultimate success in the next 90 days. And this is where we're really going to come into play as your coach, holding you accountable to these goals. The cool thing is that you go through this program and you get the opportunity to run it by one of our coaches. Okay. So you're going to go through these worksheets, build your 90-day plan on your own, and then go and have a coaching call with one of our team. And that is where we're going to make it even better for you, and then show you how we can hold you accountable to this plan so that you can achieve the greatest goals. Remember, in 90 days, you can probably build a second income. You could take your current income and dramatically increase your sales and revenue in your business. You could write most of a book in 90 days. Yes, in 90 days. So that book that's been sitting inside you forever, you could write it. You could go and lose 20 pounds. I mean, I've had clients go through my programs and lose. I think the one guy lost 40 or 50 pounds, was one of our transformation contest winners. So somebody needs to lose weight, get back in shape, improve their health in 90 days. When you build these out, you can make a dramatic improvement. But I am getting a little bit ahead of myself because we're focusing on the professional side of things right now. We're going to do a personal one after this as well. And in 90 days, you could do anything, get a massive head start on anything that you want. Now, I have a scientific method for helping people build these plans and then execute and follow through. And I've had people do dramatic things. We've had clients in a year triple a multi-million-dollar business. We've had clients add an extra $100,000 to their personal income in 90 days. And we've had people, and I'll tell you who, find the love of their lives in 90 days using these systems. So the way that it works is, and I'm going to take you through one of mine in a second, is that you have a 90-day outcome goal, which is usually a numbers-based goal that you're going to put in the top left. Under that, you're going to have process goals. These are action steps. Then we're going to work through what you should do in 24 hours to get a dopamine hit, a positive dopamine hit that gives you momentum and motivation to come back and keep on going. And then we're going to go through a few questions at the bottom of the page that will really help you out. Now, the difference between an outcome goal and a process goal is very important. The outcome goal is a numbers-based goal. And the thing is about the outcome goals, we don't have full control about reaching that goal. So if you want to make an extra $100,000 per year or in the 90 days, or if you want to lose 20 pounds in 90 days, we don't have full control about what's going to show up as that number, whether it's in your bank account or whether it's on the scale. There's a lot of external factors that can either raise us up above our goal or can limit us from reaching that goal. So for example, with the weight loss, you might have 2 weeks off because you sprained your ankle. And listen, that's tough, but the process goals are the action steps that we fully control. And with everything being fair and equal and right, if you do all of your process goals, if you nail those things, you will get as close as possible to or exceed your outcome goal. But just like when somebody is in a weight loss program, we don't get too focused on the number. Instead, we focus on what they can control, which are the action steps. So I'm going to walk you through my professional 90-day goal. So I created a new course, and this is Craig's professional 90-day blueprint. Now you have the 90-day outcome goal in the top corner, getting 100 new clients into our new high-end coaching program. I don't fully control whether we get 100. We might get 140. We might get 93. But I do control the action steps underneath. So the process goals or action steps are things that must be fully within your control. So if you said convert 80% of clients or sales calls, that's not actually within your control, because you might get bad leads, or you might just have a sales script that doesn't work, or you might just have a price point that's too high. But what you do control is bringing your best to every sales call. So that's just an example, a practical example. It's outside of my example. But the 90-day outcome goal of 100 clients, my process goal is 1, to finish the course. I have to get the course done. Process goal number 2 is do an internal launch through email list and social media. I can do that. That's fully within my control. I send the emails, I do the social media. And process goal number 3 is to test 50 Facebook ads to our call funnel. So we're selling the program through our email list, our social media, and by running Facebook ads to an opportunity for people to book a call to learn more about the course. And if we do all those things, we test the 50 ads, We do the internal launch to our email list. We know how many people's on the email list, and we know how often people buy from our email list. We know how many people are on our social media. If I do those three things, getting the course done, getting it out to the list and the social media, and running and testing 50 Facebook ads, we know our skills there. I'm doing everything I possibly can to get those 100 clients. And in all likelihood, if I nail my 3 action steps, I will get my outcome goal. So over to you. It's like, all right, let's see. Maybe you have a business where you are paid by the hour. So you're a contract worker, maybe you're a lawyer, maybe you do some real estate billing work, as one of my clients does. He has these things called billable hours. And every week he wants to hit 20 billable hours. And so if his goal in 90 days is to generate a certain amount of cash, he knows that if he does 20 billable hours at 150 euros per hour, that he'll make X amount of money. And then he needs to get one deal. He sells commercial real estate as well. If he gets one deal, then that's going to be a certain amount of money. And then if he gets a couple of referrals, he'll also get an extra amount of cash. So he knows what that cash should be. So it might be 250,000 euros in the month or in the 90 days. And he needs to do those 3 things in order to generate that. So he might build it out that way. If you're a lawyer and you know that you can bill at $500 an hour, and you're currently billing at 40 hours per week, you might say that process goal number 1 is to add morning magic time and add an extra 5 hours of billing to the week. Process goal number 2 might be to delegate some of your other work so that you open up some more space in your calendar. And process goal number 3 might be for you to do an extra magic time session on Saturday morning so that you get 2 more billable hours. Or it might be for you to bring on an associate who can start doing some billable hours at a lower rate so that you can raise your rate. It might be any of those things, but those are the 3 process goals that be fully within your control. If you were an email marketer and you had an email list, and you could say, okay, listen, I've got 3 products. I'm going to do 1 product launch. I'm going to do 1 autoresponder series. And then I'm also going to write some sales copy for a new product. Those are the 3 things I need to get done in the next 90 days to help me reach my income goal of $120,000 in 90 days. You know your numbers, you know your opportunities, you build that out. Now we're going to move to the right of this. Within 24 hours, we want to do one thing that gives us a quick victory, that gives us dopamine hit, which gives us momentum and gives us motivation to come back and do this tomorrow. If we wait and do not get that immediate quick victory, then tomorrow we wake up and the inertia, right? So if we do something right now, it's like rolling the snowball down the hill because we're fired up. But if we wait until tomorrow, now there's inertia and we're starting to go up the hill and it's more difficult. And then if we wait 2 days before we attack this, like let's say we do this on a Friday and we wait till next Tuesday, all of a sudden we went from getting a quick victory to, oh my goodness, it's so hard. Oh, I'm just going to put this off. And the next thing you know, what happens to your hopes and dreams? So we want to have a 24-hour victory. I know that looking at this, I can just go to my team and say, hey, we need to set the date for an internal launch that gives us a deadline to take massive action. That's what we need to do. And then in 48 hours, I want to get another victory. So I get a dopamine hit. So I get motivation and momentum to keep coming back. And so I say, okay, in 48 hours, I can write 3 Facebook ads, 3 out of 50. In 72 hours, I want to get another one, back to back jacks. And so I'm going to do a meeting with my team on the call funnel. So maybe I'm doing this on Friday. That means Monday, I'm going to have a meeting with my team on the call funnel. And it gets everybody moving in the right direction. And it takes your vision and it gives tactics and strategies that are down at the nitty gritty level so that you see exactly how this is going to play out. And then what do you need to do in the next 7 days? I need to outline filming of new course material. In the next 2 weeks, I need to write daily ads and refine the call funnel. In 21 days, if you're getting to this point where it's like, okay, it's clear for the first week, but now I'm struggling. What do I do on 21 days? It could be that you set aside an hour to do some self-reflection, introspection, and review your progress up to this point, and then see where you need to accelerate or course correct. And then 28 days, I need to have, you have a nice strong deadline there. I need to finish my copy and website for the course launch. And if I do all those things in 28 days, I don't know exactly what the next 60 days are going to look like, but I have my first month planned out towards my 90-day outcome. And it really gives me clarity on the next 4 weeks, what they have to look like, what the deadlines are. And all of a sudden, this vague goal in my head of making more money has become very concrete and very specific and very clear. And I know exactly who needs to do what by when. And that's going to lead me to getting my 100 clients. Which brings us to the 4 questions down below. We want to understand that doing this ourselves is very difficult. We need to get help from other people. So what connections do you need to make? I need to talk to some other entrepreneurs that run 8-figure coaching businesses. I need to talk to them about getting the right team members, maybe some copywriters, maybe some Facebook ad people. I need to get their feedback, their outside eyes, their unemotional, unattached outside eyes where they could break this down, rip it apart and tell me like, hey, you need to be doing this. Hey, let me take a look at your offer, all sorts of stuff. Who do you need on your team specifically? I need to get a head coach and a head salesperson. We just hired our head coach. We do need a head salesperson. So that is what we're going to do, because we're going to be driving all of these leads, and we need to make sure that our sales team is up to the level to convert people at the level it's acceptable so that we get our 100 clients. And then you need to know who does what by when. That's an incredible question. There's actually a book called that. Who does what by when? You should never leave a meeting without being very clear about who does what by when. Because oftentimes we go to meetings and everybody sits there and goes, yeah, that's a great idea. Yep, that's a good idea. We should definitely do that. Great. All right, break. Pizza's all done. Let's break the meeting. And you leave the meeting and all of a sudden a week goes by and it's like, I got to go check on with Nicole because she should be done that thing. And you go over to Nicole's desk and you say, hey, Nicole, how's that thing coming on? She goes, well, I thought Gary was doing it, because it was not clear about who does what by when. So Austin, my copywriter, writes the copy in 4 weeks. Nick, our Facebook ads guy, builds the call funnel in 14 days. The team tests every workday. Craig gets the copy and website done for the course launch in 28 days. In 21 days, he's filmed all the material. Who does what by when? Very clear. And they have to agree. They have to say, yes, I agree that I'm going to get that done by that date. And then they'll be able to be held accountable. And they need to be held responsible if they do not get it done within that time frame. Finally, what accountability do you need to follow through? Public accountability is key. Also, getting accountability from your coach is massive. So public accountability in my business, we always go to our audience. We say, hey, this is coming by this date. And we pretty much burn the boats. We got to get it done. Come heck or high water, we got to do everything we can to get it done, because we have public accountability and we don't want to let people down. Now, you also need to have accountability to your coach. You've got your tribe here. You've got your coach in this program. But if you need to take it to the next level and get one-on-one coaching, well, that's what we can talk about on our call when we go through this with our team. Our team is going to take you through your 90-day blueprint, give our feedback on how you can make it better, maybe even give you some networking and say, hey, you need to reach out to this person, or we'll connect you with this person, give you some quick victories, and then tell you how you can get the one-on-one accountability to turn your dreams into reality. So that's the 9-day blueprint. You're going to go and you're going to fill this out, and then you're going to jump on a call with our team, and we're going to help you get to the next level in your business or your career, so that you are either making more money, or you're working less, or you're achieving the projects you want to do, maybe writing that book that has always been inside of you. All right. So go get after it and get this done, and then we'll move on to the next step.